Maitreya, the next Buddha of Buddhism. Imagine a world plunged into darkness, a spiritual drought where wisdom has faded, and humanity yearns for a beacon of hope. Across centuries and cultures, the idea of a savior has resonated deeply. For Buddhists, this savior is Maitreya, the next Buddha, heralding an era of enlightenment, compassion, and profound spiritual transformation. But who is Maitreya, and why does his story continue to inspire millions? In this exploration, we'll journey through the origins, prophecies, and cultural influence of Maitreya. Beyond his role as a figure of hope, we'll uncover practical lessons for living today and how his teachings could guide us toward a brighter future. Part 1. The Origins of Maitreya. Buddhism's foundation and the promise of future Buddhas. To understand Maitreya, we must first travel back to 500 BCE, when Siddhartha Gautama, the historical Buddha, walked the earth. Known as the Enlightened One, Gautama shared teachings, the Dharma, to help humanity transcend suffering. However, he prophesied that his wisdom would not last forever. He spoke of a future Buddha who would emerge to revive the Dharma when it had all but vanished. This figure was Maitreya. The name Maitreya originates from the Sanskrit word Maitreya, meaning loving kindness or friendliness. Maitreya is not merely a successor but a symbol of boundless compassion, embodying the ideal qualities that humanity strives for in its collective evolution. The role of Maitreya in the cycle of Dharma. Buddhism describes time in terms of cycles, known as kalpas, each consisting of periods when the Dharma flourishes, followed by its decline. Siddhartha Gautama's prophecy about Maitreya highlights the cyclic nature of the spiritual path. As the Dharma wanes in its current era, Maitreya represents the promise of its resurgence, bringing hope to those who struggle in the face of moral and spiritual decay. The teachings of Maitreya are envisioned as not only a restoration but an evolution of the Dharma, adapted to the needs and challenges of future humanity. Maitreya is also an embodiment of the ultimate aspiration in Mahayana Buddhism, the Bodhisattva ideal. A Bodhisattva postpones their own enlightenment to assist all sentient beings in attaining liberation. This selfless dedication is at the heart of Maitreya's essence, making him a symbol of enduring altruism and universal love. Cultural spread and interpretations. As Buddhism expanded beyond India into China, Japan, Korea, and Southeast Asia, the concept of Maitreya evolved. Each culture added unique interpretations, creating a rich tapestry of narratives around this future Buddha. Maitreya in Indian tradition. In early Indian Buddhist texts, Maitreya is described as residing in Tushita heaven, a celestial realm where bodhisattvas dwell before descending to the human world. Here, he awaits the moment when humanity is ready to receive his teachings. Indian texts often emphasize his wisdom and the extraordinary conditions of the world he will enter, a time when human lifespans are immeasurably long. Society is harmonious, and the Dharma has faded to near extinction. Maitreya in Chinese and East Asian culture. In Chinese culture, Maitreya underwent a transformation into a more accessible and joyful figure. He is often associated with Buddha, Hotei in Japanese. The Laughing Buddha, a rotund and smiling monk who carries a cloth sack filled with treasures and sweets for children. This depiction reflects values of generosity, abundance, and unshakable optimism, resonating deeply with the everyday lives of Chinese believers. Tibetan interpretations of Maitreya. Tibetan Buddhism offers a more mystical and visionary portrayal of Maitreya. In Tibetan art, he is depicted as a majestic bodhisattva adorned with elaborate ornaments, seated in a posture of readiness to descend to earth. Tibetan texts emphasize his spiritual authority and his future role in transmitting the Dharma in a way that revives and surpasses the teachings of previous eras. Maitreya's teachings in this context are said to inspire deeper meditative practices and the realization of ultimate truth. Southeast Asian perspectives. In Theravada traditions prevalent in Southeast Asia, Maitreya is regarded with reverence as a future hope rather than an immediate focus of practice. while less adorned with elaborate mythologies. He represents an enduring promise of spiritual renewal that aligns with the simplicity and clarity emphasized in Theravada teachings. Part 2. Prophecies and the Role of Maitreya. The prophecy of Maitreya's arrival. Buddhist texts describe a future era when Maitreya will descend to earth. This event is anticipated to occur during a time of great moral and spiritual decline, often referred to as the Dark Age. Humanity will have forgotten the teachings of Gautama Buddha, and suffering will be rampant. However, this period of despair will also set the stage for the transformative arrival of Maitreya, the Buddha of the future, as a beacon of hope and renewal. Signs of Maitreya's arrival. Maitreya's arrival will be marked by miraculous and extraordinary signs. Buddhist scriptures describe him as possessing a radiant and majestic physical form, symbolizing his purity and divine mission. His wisdom and insight will be apparent from birth, distinguishing him as a unique being destined to bring about profound change. These signs will not only inspire awe but also serve as a reminder of the impermanence of suffering and the possibility of spiritual awakening. Some texts mention cosmic phenomena accompanying his birth, such as celestial lights, the blooming of rare flowers, and a pervasive sense of peace that will momentarily envelop the world. These occurrences are symbolic, emphasizing the universality and significance of Maitreya's mission. They highlight the interconnectedness of all beings and the harmony that can be achieved when humanity aligns with Dharma. A time of great moral decline. The prophecy of Maitreya's descent is deeply tied to the conditions of the Dark Age. This era is characterized by the loss of ethical values, spiritual ignorance, and widespread suffering. Greed, hatred, and delusion will dominate, leading to conflicts and disconnection among people. The teachings of Gautama Buddha will have faded from memory, and humanity will be engulfed in material pursuits, neglecting the deeper truths of existence. However, within this darkness lies the potential for transformation. The suffering and chaos of the Dark Age serve as a catalyst for Maitreya's mission. His arrival signifies that even in the bleakest times, the possibility of enlightenment and renewal remains. This belief underscores the cyclical nature of existence and the Buddhist principle that every period of decline is followed by renewal. Maitreya's mission. Maitreya's primary role is not that of a savior who delivers divine judgment, but of a teacher who guides humanity back to the path of Dharma. His teachings will be simple yet profound, accessible to all regardless of cultural, social, or religious backgrounds. Unlike Gautama Buddha, who taught during an era of relative peace and prosperity, Maitreya will address the unique challenges of a world immersed in moral decay. He will rekindle the flame of wisdom by presenting the timeless truths of the Dharma in ways that resonate with the needs of his time. Compassion, kindness, and mindfulness will be central to his message. Maitreya's teachings will empower individuals to transcend their suffering by understanding the nature of reality and their own innate potential for enlightenment. His presence will remind humanity of their shared purpose and interconnectedness, fostering a global aspiration for harmony and understanding. The universal nature of Maitreya's teachings. One of the most compelling aspects of the prophecy is the universal nature of Maitreya's mission. His teachings are not confined to Buddhist practitioners, but are envisioned as a gift to all beings. By transcending cultural and religious boundaries, Maitreya's wisdom reflects the ultimate truth that underlies all spiritual traditions, the oneness of existence and the interdependence of all life. Maitreya's arrival symbolizes a unification of humanity's diverse perspectives, emphasizing shared values such as compassion, peace, and understanding. This universal appeal underscores the transformative power of his teachings, which aim to heal divisions and bring about a new era of enlightenment. Implications for humanity. The prophecy of Maitreya's arrival holds profound implications for humanity, both on an individual and collective level. It serves as a reminder of the impermanence of suffering and the ever-present potential for spiritual growth. It encourages individuals to reflect on their own actions and strive for greater compassion and mindfulness in their daily lives. On a collective level, the prophecy inspires hope and unity. It highlights the importance of preserving ethical values and spiritual teachings in the face of adversity. By aligning with the principles of Dharma, humanity can prepare for Maitreya's arrival and contribute to the creation of a harmonious and enlightened world. Part 3. Lessons for today. Maitreya as a symbol of hope. While Maitreya's arrival is a future event, his story offers profound lessons for the present. At its core, the concept of Maitreya reminds us that even in the darkest times, there is hope. Change is possible, but it begins with individuals embodying the values of compassion, kindness, and mindfulness. His message encourages us to transform ourselves and the world around us through intentional actions, guided by wisdom and empathy. Practical applications. 1. Cultivating loving kindness. Practicing loving kindness, metta, is a foundational teaching in Buddhism and a direct reflection of Maitreya's spirit. Daily acts of kindness, no matter how small, have transformative power. Beyond smiling at strangers or offering help, we can extend this kindness to those we may find difficult to deal with, seeing their struggles and humanity. In times of conflict, pause and consciously choose to respond with patience rather than anger. Loving kindness meditation, where one silently repeats phrases wishing well-being for oneself and others, is another effective way to cultivate this quality. Furthermore, kindness should not stop at human interactions. Extend this compassion to animals, plants, and the environment, supporting ecological sustainability, reducing waste, and being mindful of consumption are acts of kindness toward the planet, creating a legacy of hope for future generations. 2. Mindful living. In a fast-paced world dominated by distractions, the practice of mindfulness offers a sanctuary. Being fully present in the moment allows us to reconnect with the simplicity of life and appreciate its beauty. To live mindfully is to engage all senses, to taste your food, feel the warmth of the sun, hear the rustle of leaves, and notice the emotions arising within you without judgment. Mindfulness practices such as walking meditation or mindful breathing can be incorporated into daily routines. For instance, during your commute, instead of being absorbed in technology, focus on your breathing or the rhythm of your steps. When you eat, savor each bite and consider the effort that brought the meal to your plate, from the farmer to the cook. This awareness fosters gratitude and contentment, countering the stress and dissatisfaction that often plague modern life. 3. Personal growth. Maitreya's story is not just a promise of a better future, but a call to action for personal growth in the present. His journey reminds us that transformation begins within. Through meditation, individuals can gain clarity, reduce negative emotions, and cultivate a deeper understanding of themselves and the world. Regular meditation need not be daunting. Even 5 minutes a day can make a difference. Beyond meditation, personal growth can take the form of education. Not just formal learning, but lifelong curiosity and a willingness to explore new perspectives. Reading spiritual texts, learning new skills, or engaging in meaningful conversations are ways to challenge ourselves and grow. Self-reflection is equally crucial. Journaling thoughts, evaluating actions, and setting intentions can help align our lives with the values Maitreya embodies. 4. Community and connection. The golden age Maitreya promises is one of unity and interconnectedness. Building and nurturing relationships within our communities is vital. This begins with active listening, open communication, and a genuine interest in the well-being of others. Participate in community events, volunteer, or simply check in on a neighbor. Acts of service not only strengthen communal bonds, but also create a ripple effect of positivity. In our increasingly digital world, fostering real human connections can be challenging but is more important than ever. Balance online interactions with face-to-face connections. When engaging on social media, use it as a tool for spreading kindness and understanding rather than division. Create or join groups centered on shared values and aspirations, working together to address local or global challenges. Part 4. Maitreya in modern culture. Art and media. Maitreya's influence in art and media showcases the seamless connection between ancient spiritual ideals and modern storytelling. His presence in films, novels, and video games highlights humanity's enduring fascination with wisdom, hope, and the possibility of a better world. Filmmakers have reimagined Maitreya as a symbol of enlightenment amidst chaos, often casting him as a character who brings resolution and clarity to seemingly insurmountable problems. For instance, films depicting dystopian futures often weave in themes of renewal and hope through archetypes inspired by Maitreya. In the realm of literature, Maitreya's ideals are often embedded in narratives that explore moral dilemmas and the triumph of compassion over adversity. Modern novels sometimes portray him as a figure guiding protagonists through transformative journeys, illustrating the importance of inner strength and selflessness. Meanwhile, video games bring his influence to interactive mediums, allowing players to experience stories where his teachings manifest as quests for harmony, resilience, and unity. Beyond entertainment, Maitreya's influence shapes artistic movements that seek to evoke a sense of collective awakening. Artists frequently use his image and ideals as metaphors for universal love and the aspiration for a more harmonious existence. Exhibitions and installations inspired by Maitreya often blend traditional Buddhist iconography with contemporary artistic expressions, bridging the gap between the past and the present. Pop culture references. Pop culture has reinterpreted Maitreya in ways that resonate with modern audiences. From analogies in superhero franchises to subtle nods in environmental campaigns, his symbolic presence is pervasive. In superhero narratives, Maitreya's characteristics of compassion, guidance, and transformative power are mirrored in characters who serve as beacons of hope and leadership. These analogies help bring his teachings to younger audiences who may not be familiar with his traditional role in Buddhism. Environmental movements frequently draw on Maitreya's message of interconnectedness and responsibility. Campaigns advocating for sustainability and ecological balance often reference his vision of a harmonious world, using his teachings to inspire collective action. In some cases, Maitreya is depicted as a symbol of humanity's potential to restore the balance between nature and civilization, reinforcing the urgency of addressing climate change. In music, lyrics inspired by Maitreya's wisdom can be found in diverse genres, from meditative chants to modern pop songs. These compositions often emphasize themes of hope, renewal, and the pursuit of a brighter future, aligning with his overarching message of universal harmony. Global movements. Maitreya's message has transcended religious boundaries to inspire global movements addressing some of the most pressing issues of our time. Social justice campaigns around the world echo his teachings of equality and compassion. Activists advocating for marginalized communities often draw parallels between their mission and Maitreya's vision of a world free from suffering and injustice. His ideals encourage empathy and collaboration, fostering a sense of shared humanity. Environmental initiatives also resonate deeply with Maitreya's teachings. His emphasis on balance and harmony aligns perfectly with efforts to combat climate change, preserve biodiversity, and promote sustainable living. Many ecological projects use Maitreya-inspired imagery and narratives to communicate the importance of nurturing the planet for future generations. This connection helps mobilize people from diverse backgrounds to work towards common environmental goals. Technological innovation is another area where Maitreya's influence is evident. His vision of a harmonious world has inspired initiatives aimed at using technology for the greater good. Projects focusing on renewable energy, clean water access, and equitable healthcare often cite his teachings as a source of motivation. By integrating ancient wisdom with cutting-edge advancements, these movements demonstrate the timeless relevance of Maitreya's ideals. Moreover, Maitreya's philosophy has played a role in global peace efforts. His message of compassion and understanding has been referenced in dialogues aimed at resolving conflicts and fostering international cooperation. Organizations promoting diplomacy and reconciliation frequently draw on his teachings to emphasize the importance of empathy and mutual respect in building lasting peace. Part 5. Debunking misconceptions. 1. Maitreya as the Buddhist Messiah. One common misconception is that Maitreya is akin to a messianic figure in other religious traditions. While there are superficial parallels, Maitreya's role in Buddhism is fundamentally different. Unlike a judge or savior who intervenes to absolve or condemn, Maitreya is envisioned as a teacher, a being who imparts wisdom to guide sentient beings toward enlightenment. In Buddhist cosmology, Maitreya's purpose is not to enforce divine judgment, but to offer teachings that align with the Dharma. His approach is deeply rooted in compassion and patience, reflecting the Buddhist ideal of serving others without attachment to rewards or recognition. This distinction underscores a broader Buddhist principle. Liberation is not bestowed but achieved through individual effort and understanding, facilitated by the teachings of enlightened beings like Maitreya. 2. Maitreya's imminent arrival. Another widespread belief is that Maitreya is already present in the world, living in disguise among humanity. While this idea may offer hope or inspiration, it diverges from the canonical descriptions in Buddhist texts. The arrival of Maitreya is depicted as a monumental event, accompanied by unmistakable signs and miraculous occurrences that leave no room for ambiguity. For instance, Buddhist scriptures describe a future era of peace and prosperity when Maitreya appears. Society will be in harmony, free from conflict and suffering, creating the ideal conditions for his teachings to flourish. The world's moral and spiritual decline will have reached its nadir, making his arrival a turning point for humanity. These detailed prophecies reinforce the notion that Maitreya's presence cannot be subtle or hidden. It will be transformative and universally recognized. Moreover, the belief in Maitreya's imminent arrival can sometimes distract practitioners from focusing on their own spiritual development. Buddhism teaches the importance of living in the present moment and taking responsibility for one's path to enlightenment. While awaiting Maitreya's return, individuals are encouraged to embody the teachings of the Buddha in their daily lives, cultivating wisdom, compassion, and ethical conduct. 3. Exclusive benefit to Buddhists. A third misconception is that Maitreya's teachings will benefit only Buddhists. This notion contradicts the universal nature of Buddhist philosophy. The Dharma is not bound by cultural or religious labels. It is a path that transcends all divisions. Maitreya, as an embodiment of compassion and wisdom, will offer teachings for the benefit of all beings, regardless of their religious affiliations or beliefs. Buddhist scriptures emphasize that Maitreya's teachings will address the fundamental causes of suffering, ignorance, attachment, and aversion. These are universal human experiences, not confined to any single group or ideology. His message will resonate with those seeking truth, compassion, and liberation, regardless of their background. In this way, Maitreya's role reaffirms the inclusive and non-dogmatic nature of Buddhism. The Buddha himself taught that the Dharma is like a raft, a tool to cross the river of suffering. Once on the other shore, the raft is no longer needed. Similarly, Maitreya's teachings will serve as a guide for all, allowing individuals to navigate their unique spiritual journeys without imposing exclusivity or dogma. Part 6. Conclusion. Embodying Maitreya's message. Maitreya is more than a prophetic figure. He is a timeless reminder of humanity's potential for growth and renewal. His story inspires us to cultivate compassion, pursue wisdom, and work toward a brighter future. Whether through personal transformation or collective action, we can embody Maitreya's ideals today. In the end, the true essence of Maitreya lies not in waiting for his arrival, but in becoming the change he represents. By embracing his teachings and striving for enlightenment, we can contribute to the golden age he symbolizes. The future starts now, and it begins with us. Stay curious, stay compassionate, and let the light of Maitreya guide your journey toward a better tomorrow.